This is what 900 calories looks like for breakfast. Welcome back to the channel. It's Tatiana and Meat-Based Tati. I'm so glad that you're here. Today I'm going to address a few questions that you've had for me. I get a lot of questions about my macros and what they are, how much I eat, what's inside that bowl exactly, and just kind of like how much does it weigh, like how much did you use? And so we're going to go through that today for those of you who have those questions. Going to address the exact amount that I'm going to be eating. I don't track my macros on a regular basis daily. I just eat until I'm full, and I kind of know the amounts that I'll be full on, and every day is slightly different. And so that's kind of how I treat daily eating. But today we're going to be tracking our macros. I'm going to show you my breakfast, which is 900 calories, and I'll pick up my lovely phone for some notes. We have a beef sausage link that is 180 calories, which will be 15 fat and 10 protein. And then I have 5 eggs, which is going to be 350 calories and 25 fat and 30 protein. And then 6 ounces of ground beef here, and that is 366 calories, 32 protein, and 26 fat. This will total out to 896 calories. I'm gonna throw a little bit of butter in there. We'll call it 900 for tracking sake. And yeah, we're going to get cooking into this breakfast. I forgot to mention this meal will be 64 fat and 72 grams of protein. The water is ready in the pot, and so now it's time to put the eggs in, and I just put them in one by one with a spoon. But anyway, we're going for like a soft boil today. So I want it to be kind of gooey-ish in the inside, but all my whites, I need them to be cooked completely. I don't want them to be goopy at all or anything like that, because in a soft boil, it's kind of yucky to me. So we're gonna go for a nice, just gooey, soft boil egg, and that'll take about 7.5 to 8 minutes. So yeah, it is time to get the ground beef on the pan. And so I'm just gonna plop it on there. It's nice and preheated with some butter. And then I'm also going to put some butter salt on the ground beef, which is going to be nice and tasty. Give it that extra buttery flavor, and that'll be good. This is what 900 calories looks like for breakfast. It is nice and in my plate. I'm ready to eat, and we are going to enjoy. Stay tuned for what I'm having for dinner tonight. All done with breakfast, and now I'm gonna go get a good little workout in. Can hit some back, and so get some movement in. Let's get to it. Okay, I intentionally left this workout clip in here for a reason, because when you're watching a what I eat in the day or a macro breakdown like this, it's really easy to compare. You might look at my plate and think that's a lot of food, or maybe you think that's not enough. But here's the thing. I train, I move, I lift, I'm active. My body burns more because I ask more of it. So if someone is more sedentary, even if they're my same size, their needs will be different. And that doesn't make either person wrong. It just means our output is different. So when you consume content like this, don't copy blindly, don't compare emotionally. Ask, what does my body require and what does my lifestyle demand? Because macros aren't one size fits all, they're feedback. And your journey will never look exactly like mine, and it's not supposed to. Well, now that I've worked up an appetite, let's get back home. It's dinner time, and this meal is 1,346 calories. Let's break it down. I'll be having 3 4-ounce patties, which will be 990 calories. And then I have 84 fats and 54 protein coming from these hamburger patties today. And then I will be having some cheese, which will be 196 calories. I'll have 55 grams of that cheese. And then 16 grams of fat, 12 protein, and 2 carbs. And then I will be having half of an avocado today, which will be 160 calories, 14 fat, 2 protein, and 9 carbs. And for the total of this meal, it is 114 fats, 68 protein, 11 carbs, and 1,346 calories. Like I said in the beginning, we're gonna salt these burgers when we get them on, and we are going to get cooking. As I'm putting these patties down, this is what my macros look like. Protein and fat mostly, which is simple and intentional. On a meat-based approach, I'm not chasing numbers from 20 different foods. I'm prioritizing nutrient density and satiety. This is fuel that supports muscles, hormones, recovery, especially with the way that I train. And also these macros would change drastically if you just use a leaner ground beef. Today I'm using a 70-30, I believe, ground beef. Dinner is all cooked up and finished. We are going to feast, and then I'm going to do a big rundown of how the day was macro-wise, the full macro list for the day after dinner, so stay tuned for that. Just to do the rundown of the full day of our macros, I have my little notes here. We were at a total of 2,246 calories. Total fats were 180 grams of fat. Protein was 140, and then 11 carbs. I did have carbs. I'm a pretty much carnivore. I'm okay with a little bit of carbs every now and then. Not scared of carbs as long as they come from a good source. So that was a really yummy dinner that we had. It was delicious. It was just so flavorful and so juicy, and just I could eat that like every day. It's so good. So if you find yourself good meals, they're easy to continue to eat because they're just so tasty. So yeah, so juicy, delicious. Yeah, that was a great meal. But anyway, about the whole macro counting thing, I don't do it. I used to think I needed to like stay lean, lose weight, gain muscle, do all the things and make sure I was, all the numbers looked good every single day and they were the same every single day. And I just don't think that anymore. I just think once you heal your gut, once you heal up, like your hunger cues are working properly and all that you can just go your day to day just naturally, and you'll be hungry when you're hungry, and you'll be full when you're ready to be done eating. And so I think once you get to a point where you've taken out all processed foods, taken out all seed oils and all these things that are triggers to make you want to eat when you're really not that hungry, when your body doesn't really need it, when you take that out, your body can do what it's properly designed to do, and it's just to eat when you need to be fueled and be done when you're done, when you've had enough. And so that's kind of the approach that I take. I don't macro count. I only do it just because to make a fun video and to answer some questions for the people who would like to know. You see my bowl, you see what I make, but you don't really know what that means macro wise. And I get it. It's interesting to know other people's. But I don't do it because I think it's just more beneficial. Like, I don't have to waste my time every single day pulling the scale out in the sense of like, I need to get this macro thing done. I need to make sure I'm eating this X amount of calories, or, I need to get this amount of protein. Because some days I just crave more protein than others. And some days I want like a fattier ribeye, or some days I'm like, oh, that filet looks delicious. And so those are all different calories and macros, and the makeup of it is just so different. So I like to just take it as, every day is different. I'm going to stay within this parameter of good foods, and I'm going to eat until I'm full and stop, obviously, when I'm full. And so that's just kind of how I think is the best and most natural way of going about it. Obviously, there are people out there who do need to see be told how much to eat because they haven't either healed their gut, they haven't healed their body, their hunger cues are still going crazy, they still have all these carb addictions, they have all these things going rampant in their body, and they're just kind of they can't really do it on their own yet. And so that's where macro counting is wonderful. You can utilize the tool. But I think we should always be striving ahead and trying to be like, okay, how can my body do this for myself on its own? And so for the people who need it, it's wonderful. For people who are who've never eaten this way, I think it's wonderful to know, like, okay, you need to be eating this, weigh this out, and here's what you need to eat, like a little plan, a meal plan, and then like execute this for a while, because I've been doing this for a while. And so I know what my body needs and what it doesn't need. And so if you have done it for a while, then you can graduate to I'm just going to kind of play it by what my body's craving and feeling. And so I think that's the best way to do it. So thank you so much for coming along. I hope you enjoyed. I'll see you in the next video.